Hello, this is Gabby Golmay and you're joining me on ISTV News. First, the top stories. Employees of Electricity Department haven't got salary after it became a corporation. Status of power supply during World Cup uncertain. And blind school watchman held for allegedly raping minor girl. Minister Mirabai promises not to let accused scot-free. Now the news in detail. Expectations of the government and to a certain extent of the people that power supply in Manipur will drastically improve once the state electricity department turns into a corporation seem to be going haywire. The employees of the power department have not gotten their monthly salary after the department has been turned into a corporation through companies in the month of February last. At the same time, it is quite uncertain whether the corporation would be able to give power supply during the World Cup 2014. Our staff reporters N. Ranjan and sub-editor N. Phillips reported that the power department has been split into two sections after it became a corporation in February this year. One is Manipur State Power Company Limited and the other is Manipur State Power Distribution Company. Managing Director of the Transmission Section is the former Chief Engineer Sarat and the Managing Editor of the Distribution Section is an IS officer, Sudan. A team of ISTV News found that the staffs of the corporation have not received their salary for the past more than 3 months. The main reason being offered to the staff is that certain errors have been made while submitting the bills for the salaries of the staff of 27 divisions and 7 circles, which has resulted in slowing down the process. It is reported that the total amount of the salary of the entire staff comes to above rupees 6 crore per month. Formerly, the number of posts in the Electricity Department was 5,200. But after many employees have either retired or died, at present there are about 2,500 posts remaining vacant. Besides, earlier vacant posts used to be filled up soon under the die-in-harness scheme, but now the scheme is as good as that too. At present, the staff strength of the corporation is reported to be about 2,800. Instead of filling up the vacant post through proper appointment, the managers of the divisions are hiring and engaging persons suitable for the job. While submitting the salary bills to the Financial Advisor section, errors were detected, necessitating it to make the bills once again. This has slowed down the process for sanctioning salary, it is reported. The salary bills were submitted in the same manner as was done before the corporation came into existence. As for the corporation, the manner in which the salary bills are submitted is allegedly for 4 months at a time. When the whole amount is released, the salary will be paid off, it is reported. At the same time, the World Cup, which is held once in 4 years, is going to begin from tonight in Brazil. The people of Manipur have been longing to watch the world's greatest football event and would like undisrupted power supply at least during the football matches. However, it is a million rupees question whether the authority would be able to give uninterrupted power supply during the World Cup matches or not. When our staff reporter Ranjan and sub-editor Phillips tried to meet the Managing Director of Power Distribution Sudan and Executive Director Technical Priyokumar, they were told that the two were out of station and thus could not meet them. Meanwhile, it is quite uncertain whether the people of Manipur would be able to watch the World Cup matches or not. The watchman of blind school located at Takelpat, identified as Him Bahadur Thapa, who allegedly raped a 13-year-old vision-impaired girl studying in the school on April 14, has been arrested by the Lamphel police and interrogation is going on. Social Welfare Minister A.K. Mirabai has said that anyone involved in the crime will not be let scot-free. The minister said this while speaking at the inauguration ceremony of the newly constructed building of an LP school at Kamnamle Lairag Sadokpam Laikai, the school was constructed with the minister's local area development fund. Joint Director Education S. G. Anita, President of Patsoy Congress Committee L. Kumar, etc., took part in the ceremony. Minister Mirabai further said that though the incident of alleged rape happened on April 14, the school authority had not mentioned anything about the rape. The watchman was suspended from service on April 25th. The department does not remain silent over the shocking incident, she assured of stringent action against the guilty. Now, let's take a look at national and international news. Laying stress on trade and commerce, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today asked Indian Foreign Service officials to become catalytic agents to convey the strengths of India to the world. Addressing a batch of Indian Foreign Service IFS probationers, he said India needs to concentrate on zero-defect manufacturing and packaging and presentation to boost its exports. Infosys today named former SAP Executive Board member Vishal Sikka as its new Chief Executive Officer, the first time the nation's second-largest software services exporter will have a non-founder as CEO. Sikka, 47, will replace SD Shibulal, one of the 7 engineers who founded Infosys in 1981 from August 1, Infosys said in a statement. Also, the firm's executive chairman, N.R. Narayana Murthy, and executive vice chairman, S. Gopala Krishnan, will step down on June 14. Murthy will be designated as chairman emeritus from October 11. The body of one more engineering student from Hyderabad was retrieved today, even as the search operation following the tragedy in Bees River resumed on the 4th day, with 18 persons still missing. The body was badly trapped between rocks and rescue teams had a difficult time retrieving it from the river. The deceased was identified as D. Upendra by his parents, said R.S. Negi, the Mandi SP. With this, the number of bodies recovered since the mishap on June 9 has risen to 7, while 18 persons, 17 students, and a co-tour leader are still missing. A woman was allegedly gang-raped by 4 officers at a police station in Uttar Pradesh, the latest in a string of shocking sex attacks in India's largest state. The woman said she had gone to the station overnight on Monday in the state's Hamirpur district to seek her husband's release when she was attacked. The woman filed a complaint with a senior officer on Wednesday over the attack, which allegedly occurred when she refused to pay a bribe to secure the release of her husband. 1 police officer has been arrested. 3 others listed in the complaint are reportedly missing. Ms. Padma Devendra Reddy was today unanimously elected as the first Deputy Speaker of Telangana Assembly by a voice vote. Cutting across party lines, leaders backed the nomination of the 2-time MLA from Ramayampet constituency. Assembly Speaker S. Madhu Sudhana Chari declared that Ms. Reddy has been elected Deputy Speaker of the House. A court in Pakistan's southern city of Karachi today ordered the government to lift a travel ban on former military ruler Parvez Musharraf in 15 days' time, his lawyer said. The court has allowed our appeal and ordered to strike down Musharraf's name from the exit control list. The order will be executed after 15 days, said Farooq Naseem. Musharraf, 70, flew to Karachi in April to undergo medical tests. He has said he wants the travel ban lifted so he can visit his sick mother in Dubai. But many in Pakistan see it as a ruse to flee the country and avoid the litany of criminal cases against him dating back to his 1999 to 2008. Musharraf was indicted for treason in March over his imposition of emergency rule in 2007, a case seen as a test of civilian authority in a country long dominated by the military. The 2014 FIFA World Cup begins on Thursday as host Brazil opens the tournament against Croatia. The month-long tournament sees 32 nations compete for a place in the final in Rio on Sunday, 13 July. The opening match will be preceded by a ceremony in Sao Paulo that pays tribute to nature, people and football. Last year, more than 1 million people took to the streets of major Brazilian cities to protest against what they see as excessive spending on the World Cup. Thousands of extra police and soldiers will be deployed to ensure the matches get underway smoothly. England opens their World Cup campaign against Italy on Saturday, 14 June. Host Brazil starts as favourites to win the World Cup for a sixth time, while holders Spain are aiming to win a fourth major tournament in a row after winning the European Championships 2 years ago. Before we end, a quick recap on the top stories. Employees of Electricity Department haven't got salary after it became a corporation. Status of power supply during World Cup uncertain. And blind school watchman held for allegedly raping minor girl. Minister Mirabai promises not to let accused scot-free. That's all we have for now. Stay tuned for more updates.